Welcome to Worship Wednesdays, a ministry of Cochrane Street United Church. Maggie Power is going to do our scripture reading today, and David Peters is going to sing Morning Has Broken. And we have a new item this week, a visual prayer. I hope this finds you well. Take care and God bless.
A reading from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 16, verses 1 through 8. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome bought spices, so that they might go and anoint him. And very early on the first day of the week, when the sun had risen, they went to the tomb. They had been saying to one another, "Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?" When they looked up, they saw the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled back. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. But he said to them, "Do not be alarmed. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Look, there is the place they laid him. But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him just as he told you." So they went out and fled from the tomb, for terror and amazement had seized them. And they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Have you ever noticed that Mark's gospel tells the resurrection story, the Easter story, in ever so slightly a different way? He ends with the women running away from the tomb in fear. Most of the Gospels have the women going back and telling the good news to the disciples, but not Mark. I'm guessing that the women eventually got around to sharing the good news, but they were filled with fear. I think in some ways we can identify with the women on that first Easter morning. We too are filled with fear. There's anxious news reports about COVID-19, the fear that our medical system will be overwhelmed and we won't be able to care for the people we do have there. There's fear for the people who were already in treatment or awaiting surgeries, that they won't get their treatment or surgeries because we're facing this pandemic. There are so many things right now that seem unknown and therefore scary. Our gospel story from Mark helps us with that too. When they find the tomb empty, that big stone rolled away, there is that moment of joy. They are filled with hope. But hope and fear, joy and fear, can live together. We're in that time. Yeah, we experience fear and uncertainty and unknown each day of the week. But there's also moments of joy hidden in that uncertainty. I love the fact that our family gets to have supper together every day because we're not rushing off to a new activity that the children have to be at. I love the fact that yesterday was beautiful and we went for a walk for at least an hour and enjoyed the sunshine and enjoyed one another's company. I enjoy the fact that I'm getting to know my neighbors. I see people on the street and I say hello and we exchange, of course, from that safe distance. But there's something about finding joy in the simplicity of our new way of living, finding joy in making meals or making bread or baking. There are so many things that we can do to connect with one another. I've been finding joy in having Zoom family meetings. There's joy in gathering together in new and different ways. So my hope for you this week, in the midst of the uncertainty, in the midst of the fear, is that you will find ways to tell that joyful story, to find joy in the everyday moments of living, and that it will remind you of Jesus' gift of new life, of love that is with you always. May God's peace be with you. Amen.
Hi, everybody. Before we sing hymn 409, you'll notice I still haven't found my razor. If anybody's seen it, let me know. The commemorative clock and commemorative plaque will be in the background. The clock given to my dad, Dr. David Peters. in 1976, in recognition of 25 years of service, and his plaque given to him by the church in 1982 upon his first retirement. In the background as we sing 409, Morning Has Broken. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. God bless you all.
Let us join together in the prayer that Jesus teaches us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass